Ilia Topuria just beat the odds and knocked out Alexander Volkanovski in the second round. Had him folded like a chair. I honestly couldn't believe my eyes when I saw Volk, the guy with the fourth longest title reign, getting put to sleep by Ilia Topuria. It was honestly a crazy sight to see. And was honestly heartbreaking kind of, because I am a huge fan of Volk and I did pick him in my last video that I made. I guess Ilia is not changing his bio on Instagram anymore. The crazy thing is Volkanovski was winning the fight up until he got slept. He was using those kicks, he was measuring distance, he was switching stances, he was moving around the octagon a lot. But one thing I did notice is Ilia was walking him down, not getting affected by the kicks, not getting affected by the punch, the jab, anything that Volk was doing wasn't affecting Ilia, and it wasn't really hurting him in any way. Ilia had no respect for Volkanovski in that octagon, and I think that was to Ilia's benefit, because having no respect led Ilia to walk Volkanovski down. One thing that I really didn't think about leading up to this fight was how good Ilia Topuria's defense is. The way his hands are high in this classic boxing stance, covering his ribs with his elbows, leaning down, kind of in a hunched formation, slipping, moving in, slipping. It was so good. This was an amazing performance. I've never seen something like this. Like a UFC fighter that's boxing looks so classic. Ilia looks like such a classic boxer that it's actually insane. But you know what else is actually insane is the fact that you haven't liked the video yet. So please, if you're enjoying this video, smash that like button for your boy. And if you want more content like this, please hit that subscribe button. 98% of my viewers are not subscribed. Please help your boy out. Back to the video. While I was watching the fight, I did notice that every time Ilia was landing some shots on Volk, it was backing Volk up into the fence, it was moving and really affecting him. You can see when somebody has power, and every time Ilia touched Volk clean with his hands, which was very few times leading up to the second round, it was affecting Volk, and it was definitely hurting him. I also did keep noticing that every time Volk moved backwards, his hands would drop down and his chin would be in the air. I kept saying, Volk, bro, keep doing this and you're gonna get knocked out. Ilia is one of those guys that walks you down and will put the pace on you and finds his shots very carefully, ripping to the body, ripping to the head. And when you're jumping back like that with your hands low, chin up in the air, Ilia will find you, especially if it gets down and dirty. And I did say, and I did think that if it got dirty and if it got to that point where you're brawling and slugging it out with Ilia Topuria, Ilia is gonna put you on that canvas. I said that in my last video. He's really like that. And when he said I had to fight a bit more carefully against Josh Emmett, because Josh Emmett has the power to put somebody down and he absolutely didn't respect Volk's power, was completely right. I mean, Ilia was walking him down, not caring, not giving a damn, checking some of the kicks, while Volk was running around the octagon, moving laterally, constantly moving on the back foot. In my last video, I also did say, if Volk doesn't come back looking like classic Volk, he's going to lose. And I was 100% wrong on that. Volk looked exactly like how Volk always looks. The speed was there, the technique was there, the accuracy, the IQ. He was winning the fight so far. Up until that point, he was doing good. There's absolutely no discrediting Ilia Topuria, and I would like to congratulate him. And honestly, like, this was Ilia Topuria's Conor McGregor moment. This was Ilia's Conor v Aldo. Ilia was right. Ilia proved the entire world wrong. About 80% of fighters and people thought Volkanovski was going to win. Yeah, there was these statistics, and yeah, there was these things that were saying, look, this guy might lose 35 and up, da-da-da-da-da. We knew this was a possibility, but nobody really thought that Ilia was going to pull this off. Some people did, but a lot of people also thought Ilia was being a bit too cocky, being a bit too confident, and not respecting what Volk's done in the sport. Like I said in my last video, having that mindset, having that unbreakable mindset where you know that you're going to do something is to the benefit of a fighter. It can come across as cocky, it can come across as overconfident, but in cage fighters' cases, like Joe Rogan has said previously, it is to their benefit. Having this mindset of nothing can stop me, I will put this guy out in one round, completely benefited Ilia Topuria. This was no fluke, this was no luck, this was skill, this was picked power. And I'm going to be 100% honest, This was more crazy than Islam Makhachev's knockout. I mean, Volk had a full camp. Volk was feeling better than he'd ever felt in his career. Volk was coming in 100% into this fight. We have to give Ilia Topuria the props that he deserves. There was no other reason leading to Volk being put to sleep like that, besides the fact that Volk was just caught slipping. And just like that song off of Kanye's new album, Ilia done did the impossible. He broke the odds. Ilia couldn't have silenced the haters in a more convincing way. He left all questions answered on that night. I love Volkanovski, but there's absolutely no need for a rematch. Volk needs to fight somebody else first before he can think about fighting Ilia again. Plus, I think if he was to just fight Ilia again, it would probably be the same result. I mean, what's Volk gonna do? Try to take him down, hold him down? How long can Volk do that for? Have we ever really seen Volk submitting people? I don't think that Volk beats Ilia Topuria in an immediate rematch. Plus, how are we going to do that anyways? Like, Ilia showed a point. He made a statement on that night. There is no point for a rematch. This wasn't a Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya 4 rounds of a very close fight and then gets dropped towards the end. This wasn't a close fight by any means. This wasn't even a Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman 5 rounds of domination and then put to sleep in the last round. This was round 2, early in the fight. Volk was doing his thing for 1 round and then boom. Now the question comes in is, what's next for Alexander Volkanovski? And I don't think him coming back for UFC 300 to fight somebody is a good idea. I think Volk needs to take some time off, maybe 6 months, 7 months. Take some time off, let your brain heal, avoid these weight cuts, you know, just keep training, keep sparring in the back, and maybe he can come back and fight somebody like Josh Emmett or Evloev, or maybe rematch with Arnold Allen or something like that, you know. I don't think Volk should come back instantly and fight on UFC 300, which is in 2 months. That is just stupid. And honestly, he'll probably end up losing again. I mean, we don't want to see Volk on a 3 losing streak. Like, we love you, Volk. We care about you. We want you to heal up. We want you to come back better than ever. And I don't know if he'll ever become champion again. The way Ilia beat him was just crazy. But what's next for Ilia Topuria? We could see him versus Aljamain Sterling. And I do think that Ilia would probably beat Aljo and knock him out if Aljo doesn't hug him for 3 rounds and then submit him somehow. We could also see Ilia v Max, but I just don't think Max is going to be able to come back very soon after UFC 300. Like I said, Max has just put himself in a bad situation doing this shit where he's fighting Justin Gaethje for basically no reason at this point, you know. And he could have had his shot at the belt. Maybe for UFC 300, he could have fought Ilia. Or maybe a bit afterwards, but now he's probably going to be out a bit longer after UFC 300. We could also see Evloev fight Ilia Topuria. He's a new upcoming contender, and that would be I guess, an interesting fight. What also could happen is if Sean O'Malley beats Chito Vera, I think Ilia Topuria and him could have a fight. I mean, if Sean really wants it and Dana wants it and the business wants it, it's gonna happen. They could fuck Mirab over a 3rd time and do that. Sean O'Malley double champ possibly, who knows. But whatever is next for Ilia Topuria, I will be tuned in. I'm sure a lot of you guys will be too, because we know whenever this man fights, it is an absolute beauty to watch. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please click the like button and, you know, please support your boy. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. If you didn't enjoy, you know, keep moving. But thanks for watching anyways. Peace out.